welcome to episode 162 of the Knitting Samurai and Her Guys video podcast, or should I say girls this week. Happy June to you. It is the 3rd of June. It's a Friday and I have the day off. I know, it might sound to you guys like I never work, but I really do work. I've been there a long time and have a lot of accumulated vacation time. So yeah, it's girls weekend. My mom, my aunt, and my cousin and I are driving each about 4 hours and converging on one town. And we're going to have 2 nights of slumber party at a hotel and dinner and drinks and movies and shopping. And it's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited to see them. Last summer, we got into some trouble across the border in Canada. Not really, just we went together and had a good time over there. And I haven't seen him since. So it's good to get us all together, and especially without the little ones and without the husbands, we can really just enjoy each other's time. So it's great. I'm very excited about that, and I may include some clips depending on how camera shy they are being. So Mom and I are leaving in about an hour and a half to start the drive, and we're gonna stop along the way, do some shopping. We've agreed we're gonna go to Chico's, which is my favorite store, and we're going to hit, where else did we say? Probably pedicures and the custard place in Freeport, Maine, and maybe a couple of yarn shops along the way, and just take our time up there and then take a nap. And then the other 2 will arrive later in the evening and we'll get this party started. Woohoo! So of course I was up at 5 a.m. because I was super excited and couldn't sleep. Just laying there wide awake. I put on my sleep mask. I was like, okay, this isn't working. So, so I got up and I started to think about what I was going to pack and making sure I had the right projects, because isn't that the most fun about traveling? I'm getting warm here wearing this sweater. No, I did not knit this. I bought it. Yeah. So here is my giant, giant bag. I'm not bringing all of this with me, but it's everything I wanted to talk to you about. So I shoved it in a bag and carried it upstairs. So this is the chair in my bedroom. So, I love the yellow walls. This is that's not yellow, that's white. This is the only room in the house with, yellow walls, and yellow is my favorite room color. It's usually bright and cheery, but today it's super overcast, and I have every light on in this room that I can, except for the overhead ceiling fan light, because we lost the remote. Okay, Tristan lost the remote. He is at that age where they're obsessed with the remotes, and so motes. So we're not sure where he put it. He's taken the TV remote. We got an alternate TV remote, and then we found the TV remote. But the fan, I don't think there's an alternate remote. So right now it's set on dark, like no light, and medium speed. So as long as that's what you want, you just turn it on by the wall and you're fine. But it doesn't make for a nice bright room. But I think it's bright enough. Let me know if it's not. So let's work our way through this bag. But before I get going on my knitting, I just want to say a big hey-o to my friends in Canada and the United Kingdom and Brazil and Sweden and New Zealand and Mozambique. I was looking on WordPress at where the video has been viewed from, because there's all kinds of fun statistics on WordPress. And those are some of the places people watch from. So if you're in any of those places, or the US, hey! Yeah, and I'm always happy to do shout outs or any of that type of thing if you're up for it. You know, let's make this interactive. So starting with this bag, let's do the first thing, which I know you're all dying to see, which is my Adama cowl. Where am I going to put this? I have too many things and not enough lap, and oh my goodness. Okay, we'll put that there. Okay, so the Adama cowl is inside out at the moment. There we go. So I told you, maybe I told you, had I finished this last time? Now that I'm thinking about it, no, I hadn't. It's great the way it finished up. I ended up doing just a simple netting, or knit 2 together. Can you see it on the bottom? Probably not, because I'm wearing blue under blue, but I don't know if that will help show it. But it's got these great lace portions. It rolls a little bit when it's finished, so I need to definitely block it. Haven't done that yet, but it's got a good good amount of warmth to it. Not super drapey because the yarn is held double. This was knit with 2 strands of fingering weight yarn on US 8s. And what else to tell you about it? I used about 400 yards. And this pattern is by Hilary Smith Callis, and I would definitely knit it again. So, but of course, I would make my own knots. But yeah. So this is done. Off my needles. Yay! Counting towards stash dash. Let me just tell you that I can get a little stash dash crazy. If you've been with me for a while, you know that. And if you're new to the show, then you don't know that. But I can. And I'm not going to overwhelm you with stash dash statistics about myself and progress updates and all that. Like, while I may find that interesting, my guess is you don't find it interesting. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and maybe once a month tell you how I'm doing towards stash dash, or update you in the last month of the dash, just because that's when it gets interesting, kind of like a basketball game. I see no point in watching the first however long a basketball game is. I mean, I'm not a basketball fan, but that last minute seems to be what's crucial. So that's what I would watch if I were a basketball watching person, but I'm not. I don't know why. So yeah, that's Dash Dash. And if you want more details about it, go over to the Knit Girls with 3 L's, their group, and check it out. I'm gonna take a sip. So that's just some nice coffee. So done, off the needles. Had a hard time with the lace, but I think it turned out pretty nice all the same. And only you and I know I had a hard time. No one will know when I'm wearing it. So there's that. What's in this bag? In my packing, yeah, this is one I haven't seen for a while. I pulled out the pie shawl. So I haven't actually done anything since last you saw it, but I figured that this was a good project to get back on the needles. Here it is. There's some sort of stripe sequence going on here, yeah, because it starts off dark and then it goes into the bright. And this is, the teal is Leading Men Fiber Arts Showstopper. And I didn't write down the color name, but it's Showstopper. And then maybe it's Industrial. Maybe it's in here. It is in here. Man of Mystery. That's the color name. And then the other one is Into the World Ulandi in, which is a superwash merino, 100% merino. It was a club colorway, and it's Captain Tight Pants. This is my most precious, one of my most top 3 precious yarns. So I was hesitant to use it, and then I just cast it on because I've had it since 2012. So definitely well marinated. And I like the way this is looking. I don't know why I stopped knitting on it, probably because it was just turning into a stockinette slog. So I think it'll be good travel knitting to bring with me while I'm talking, you know, sitting in a movie theater, whatever. So this is, you'll see progress on this. In fact, let's move the progress keeper. Oh, it's all set. So there it is. I will show you next time how much I get knit on this. The other thing I'm planning on working on while I'm away that I pulled out is my Be Prepared socks. So this is just a toe-up sock with this is Desert Vista Dye Works self-striping Vizio in the colorway Sanctuary. Really pretty toe up. So I could probably do 3 or 4 more inches before I have to decide about a heel. I was knitting these for me and I just got sidetracked. So those are on the needles, not emergency, but with me for a mindless knit. So there's that. Those are coming. Other things in my bag of goodiness. I'm going to bring another colorwork hat. So you know I love knitting those. So this is based on the bobble hat pattern. So holding 2 strands of Fibernet Dye Works Sunshine and a gradient base. I just went to like the middle of the pink so that I can get the gradient, and then I'll probably hold one end when it starts to switch to red. I'll hold one end of the red with more towards the inside of the pink. Does that make sense? You know, working from the ends in to see the gradient. So I just cast it on, knit like a row of the ribbing. It's a free pattern over on Rav if you like it, if you're interested. And Yeah, actually knit 2 rows of the ribbing last night while we watched Game of Thrones. Oh, it was so good last week. Oh, Steve was at fishing camp. I told you about it, right? So he was at fishing camp last weekend, so Sunday night came and went, and I didn't get to see it. And then we watched it last night, and then we watched Silicon Valley, and they're both really good shows. I'm a sucker for HBO. So, so these are coming. Anyways, and the ribbing is knit on US 5s. Size, I didn't write it down. Okay, so there's that. Oh, and the pie shawl, jump back for a second, is knit on US size 6s. So see, look, we're working our way right through this bag. Other thing I have in here that I have worked on, same hat pattern, right? Same yarn bases, except this one, I'm using the Fiber Nymph Dye Works Sunshine base, but I'm holding one strand of this green to red color, and I'm holding the second strand is an alpaca. Sport weight frog tree alpaca. It smells so good. It doesn't smell like wool. Rustic, but good. Okay. So I'm knitting this. I have just finished the ribbing portion. And you can see holding the 2 colors together really gives it this great tweedy effect of the celery green and the dark charcoal gray color. So I've just finished that. I've moved up to the US size 7 needles and am about to start some color work. Not sure what color I'm going to do here. Girl, alpaca on my face. Okay. That'll be what YouTube picks. Yeah, I'm not sure what color. Probably white. I think this reads mainly as a gray. But I could also do the red. That is the other end of this. We'll see. We'll see. But that is in my knot bag that Amy Loris made for me. Love it, love it, love it. So this is not going with me. So you probably won't see any progress on that just because it's color work and I have to make decisions. So next in my bag of tricks with my itchy nose is the other. Let's do all 3. So yes, I have 3 of the same hat in progress, but you know what? I'm knitting other things, so you have to be happy about that. So for this one, I was using some Claudia hand paints, fingering weight in the chocolate colorway, and a strand of cashmere by Fiber Optics. Not sure the colorway name there. And then this one is it Leading Man or is it Fiber Nymph? It's Fiber Nymph. This is the Fiber Nymph show. That's her bounce base in turquoise blue. So it's great. I really like brown and turquoise, in case you can't tell from the colors of my living room. Actually, true story. I was working on this, sitting on our brown couch, and looking around and thinking, what color goes well with brown? And I was like, Gina, your whole living room is aqua and brown, leading down, like, that's the first floor of this house, the color theme. So I grabbed a skein because, you know, I do have a little bit of teal aqua yarn. So there's the first of the Colorworks sections that you can see. So past the ribbing into the color work. The overall design is just a geometric triangles that you'll see. It's more unisex, I would say, but I'm enjoying it. I really haven't touched it in several days, actually. My focus has been elsewhere. So, and in case you didn't know, this is the Fat Squirrel Fiber bag show. Yeah, I love me some of her bags. So I'm definitely bringing this big one on my trip with us. And then in this one, I have the, what is this called? Luna Veritas cowl. I haven't worked on it, but it's still beautiful. And I will be bringing that one with us just because it's little, it's portable. It's great. So that's it in this bag. The only other thing I have is a design. This is my Super Happy Silver Shed USA bag. So one alternate pattern bag maker, and I do love this one. I love how happy it is. The colors make me happy. So in here is the design that I've been working on, and you know, if you've watched the show for a while, I'm not a designer. It's not something I do. But sometimes an idea gets stuck in my head and I'll go look for something similar on Rev, or if it's simple enough, I'll just do it and get it, make myself the project. But I felt like this is one of those things that it's trending now in fashion, or it was at least last winter. Who knows if it will carry forward. But when you think about those big plaid blanket scarves that like Zara and I don't know who else, I know that's the big one that everybody had to have last year at work. But those are really popular right now, and or were. And so I want to knit something that's similar to that. So like modular, that has plaid, that's different, that's graphic, right? Sort of along the lines of Stephen West, his stuff, or Josh, sort of a knitter, like those sort of chunky, not in Tarja, what am I trying to say? Just colorful, geometric patterns. Anyways, and so I started, okay, well, let's see where this goes. And I want it to be a long crescent, because those are what I like wearing the most. So I want some squares, I want some stripes, I want some plaid, and yeah, so I'm working on it. And I have a tangly mess, and I don't really want to show this too much because I want to save your excitement about it until I'm ready for test knitters or to release the pattern. But for right now, I'll just show you that this one. So it is sort of modular, and I am using 4 different colors, and I'm really enjoying what I've done so far, and I'm going to keep working on it. So I'm planning to bring this with me this weekend. I should be able to finish the first quarter of it with them, and then depending on how much downtime, quiet time I get, I'll need to think a little bit, but then it'll be a like think and then run. So we'll see how that goes. So that's also going on with me. So I thought I'd just share that. That's taken the bulk of my knitting time the past 4 or 5 days. Anyways, I can hear Linus. He would like to come into the bedroom because I closed the door because the vacuum's running and it's kind of loud, even though it's downstairs. So let's talk about my aspirations. How about an update on that? Woo! All right, so an aspirations update. First up, I have knit, are you ready for this? 8,300 yards so far this year, year to date, and that puts me way ahead of where I'm trying to be in order to achieve 10 miles knit this year. I haven't knit any barn raising quilt squares. You know, I could bring those. Those are pretty portable, pretty mindless. Maybe I'll bring those with me. I haven't knit any yet this year, and I was shooting for several towards my blanket. In terms of stash, I am down to 166.5 miles of stash, and that means I have knit 4 miles, or not knit, I have gone down 4 miles, a net decrease of 4 miles, and I have 6 miles to go. So I had a goal of getting my stash down 10 miles and knitting 10 miles. So depending on how much I buy over the course of the year will determine if I can achieve both of those. So I have not bought anything in a very long time, but I expect that we're going to stop at AC Moore because there isn't one near me, and we're driving past at least 2 of them, and one of them is at a good stopping place for a potty break. So probably gonna buy at least some cotton yarn, maybe some sock yarn there. So there's that. I have not knit any sweaters for myself, although my eye is starting to wander. But I mean, we're going into the hottest time of the year. This is not the time to be knitting sweaters. So, meh. Knit 10 socks and do so many for other people. So let's switch that and say knit 10 hats. because I've definitely knit 10 hats, and all the people that I wanted to knit socks for Christmas, I've knit them a hat. So they'll be getting hats instead of socks. So there's that. And then finish or frog some of the sweaters that are hibernating, and sew the buttons on my jackaroo so I can wear it. No, I haven't done that either. So there you go. That's my 2016 aspirations update. So let's see what else. I told you about all the trips we're going on. Tristan has officially hit let me test you phase. So it took us a good 10 minutes to get out of daycare last night because he's just being so trying on my patience, just wanting to be, see how far he could push things. So I'm having to be stern mommy that says no, and I mean it. And I'm not a big fan of stern mommy. I prefer fun mommy. But I also recognize that Roland is a very good listener. He's respectful, he's sweet, and if I want Tristan to be the same and not spoiled and obstinate, I need to step it up and lay the groundwork. So that's where we're at with him. But he is super cute. He was sick last week. We lost 4 days to a fever. So Roland and I didn't get it, knock wood, that we won't get it. And Steve didn't get it either. So I'm hoping it's just like a passing, build up the immunities, and then you're good. So he's all better now, though, let me tell you. Yeah, he went to school yesterday and then today. So there's that. Roland, he is captain of the little Legos these days. So Mighty Micros, he loves those right now, all the superheroes, and he will just lay for hours working on his little Legos. And he's discovered, he's like finally hit the age where Where's Waldo is interesting to him. And my brother and sister-in-law went to Ireland and Scotland for vacation a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and they sent us a big box full of souvenirs. So a couple t-shirts for each of the boys. The one for Tristan, super cute. It has Nessie on it. And then Roland's has like sunglasses. It's Nessie, but he has sunglasses and they flip up. It's really cute. Steve, it reminds Steve of flashing, the way that they work, but I didn't see it until Steve said it, and now that's what I see, but super cute. Anyways, one of the books he sent was Larry the Leprechaun, or they sent, and it's sort of like a leprechaun version of Where's Waldo. So Ro's been carrying that around. He brought it to school with him this morning. Totally into that. Like, let me look at the detail and see what I can find. Because he's not looking for Waldo. He's like, Mommy, look, a skeleton. Mommy, look, this. Mommy, look. So he's having fun with that. So it's good. It's good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the boy update. And Steve, let's see. Oh, Steve ran his first ultra marathon, which is, it was a 50K on trails in the woods. Which equates to 30 miles, I guess. I'm not sure how that works. I know for sure it was 30 miles. I don't know how many Ks it was. But I think he's crazy. I mean, to look at a day and say, yeah, I'm going to spend the next 5 hours running. But it makes him super happy. And he got a water bottle and a cowbell, and he met some other runners, and he just had a great time doing that. So that makes me really happy for him. Yeah. Keeping him healthy, right? So I hope you are enjoying your summer so far and June treats you well. I will see you in about 10 days or so when I will have more knitting to share, because I always do. So take care until we talk again, and bye, friends.
Open your eyes. You're both squinting.
How's your day, Ben?
Who are you talking to? I've had a great day. Thank you. I hope you're not taking anything below here.
I'm totally taking your whole body.
Those were my private parts.
Show me your bracelet.
Oh, aren't they beautiful?
Yes.
They look nicer when they're together with my other thing.
They do look good. What does Batman say?